Yaldrugo Namaskara. Hope all are safe and doing extremely well. Guys, yesterday evening I was checking my WhatsApp. At that time, I found two things. First of all, a lot of vacancies are there in different groups. People are very good. Actually, they are posting the vacancies, whatever they are getting from any sources. Okay. And second is that a lot of messages are there. They are requesting for the jobs. Actually, our students, those who holds any sort of certificates, diploma, degree, or any sort of qualifications in health and safety, whether it's an international qualification or it's a academic qualification, they're getting a lot of problems in order to get their dream job. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you top 5 reasons that is acting as a barrier. That is acting as a barrier in between jobs and the students. Like these are the reasons why students are not getting their dream safety job. Okay, so without wasting any single second, let's get straight into the video. Alright guys, so the first reason that is in front of you is your fake colleges and certificates. Yeah guys, that is very important. Initially when you are entering into the HSC field, at the time, as you know, that you need to do academic qualification. For the academic qualification, for any certification and certificate, there are a lot of institutes are working nowadays. But every institute is not authentic, as you know that. So now, initially when somebody is coming to our field like EHS and HSC for doing an academic qualification, he or she don't want to do any sort of research. So that is the main reasons why our students, those who are directly entering to the HSC field, they are getting into the fake colleges. So after the completion of their respective qualification from these sort of institute, they are not getting the job. That is the main reason. Okay, so make sure that whenever your personal student, okay, or anyone who is in your contact is getting to any college for HSC qualification, it should be authentic. He or she must do any sort of research, okay, because without research, if you go, means you will just say yes in all of their claims, whatever they are telling to you. They will tell you our qualification is worldwide recognized. You will tell yes sir. You will get 1 lakh rupees monthly salary as a fresher in India itself. You will tell yes sir. So these are the fake claims. Okay, first of all you need to understand that you need to carry out some sort of basic research. Then only it will be useful for you to get into such colleges and institute. Okay, now as well as we are also working on them, like going to prepare one series on that. Like if you want to get into the top best colleges within India for like degrees or masters for HSC, then what are they be? Okay, what are all the institutions are present that will be acting as a good colleges? So don't worry about that, but you need to consider this first factor, that is your fake colleges and institutes and their fake claims with regards to fire and safety jobs. Okay, some institutes are also there. They are telling that we have 100% of placement, but they are showing the placement records of like 2 years before. Okay, so make sure that if you are getting into any college, do some research here, because you are going to pay the money. Ultimately you are going to get benefited. No, you are paying the money, so you have the right to do any sort of research. Try to do cross verification. Those who are all the alumni, those who are the past students from that particular institute, try to contact them, try to ask frequently about the colleges. Okay, so that is the right way. Now we will move to the second point, that is with regards to your selection of inappropriate qualification. What is that, guys? Selection of inappropriate qualification. Now generally it is applicable to academics also, as well as international qualification also. When we are selecting any sort of qualification, you can call it, okay, sometimes we will select like you can call it any a qualification, like we are in India now. Okay, just let's understand this by through a map. For example, this is our India. We are in India. Okay, now some people will be having like aspiration, we want to work in Canada as a EHS professional, as a HSC professional. Now somebody will tell you, Arya, do DIS, diploma in industrial safety. Okay, you will get job directly into the Canada. What is that? You will get directly job into the Canada. But did you think that it is real? In India, we are speaking Hindi very frequently, as well as English also. But in Canada, there is a different language. So when there is a diversity of language also, so how you can expect that the same qualification DIS will be applicable to Canada also? There is no chances. No, I'm not saying that DIS is waste. DIS is a good qualification, but think about the qualification diversity. You know that already a lot of qualification exists. If you want to go into the Australia, there are different qualifications. Want to work in United States of America, different. If you want to work in, like you can call it Singapore and Malaysia, there are different qualifications. Okay, so for every country there will be a different qualification. For Europe, there is a different qualification. So how you can expect that a single qualification will be applicable to throughout the world? There is no chances. No, that is the main reason. So first of all, select your qualification very wisely. Do a lot of research, and I always tell you, give preference to degrees. Degree is the one thing that will give you a lot of access to a lot of qualifications. Okay, try to pursue a degree in health and safety first of all, if it is possible. Engineering degree like BTech or BE in safety and fire engineering or fire engineering. Secondly, go for a master's. Okay, try to ignore such diplomas, those who are claiming that like we will provide you access to international market, access to European and other like you can call it US market. within the health and safety job. So it is not like that. Try to do a lot of research, then only choose your qualification very wisely, because the world is very big. It's up to you which country you want to target, which area you want to go and to work as a EHS officer or EHS professional. Okay, it's up to you. All right, guys, now let's move to the third point, that is my favorite actually. Looking for the only short-term benefits. Actually, when we get into any colleges, at the time they call us, like they will tell us that do this 1 year diploma here, because only they have diplomas, they are only providing diplomas. That's why that is the main reason why they are recommending only diplomas. Okay, so now they will tell you just you complete the diploma, it's a 1 year diploma, after 6 months we will give you the job. Okay, and you will be in the job, you will be earning good money. That is okay. Job is very very important. I'm not telling that job is totally waste, it is very important, but you need to think that for the long term. How once you get into the job, that's okay. What about the long term? After 2 years, what will happen with you? After 5 years, what will happen with you? You need to predict. No, once you hold any sort of diploma, any sort of 6 month diploma, 1 year diploma, what about your future? After 5 years, in which post you will be? Whether this particular diploma in that competitive world is enough for you? Will that particular diploma, 1 year diploma, will give you access to all the opportunities in the international market? Whether it is possible or not, you need to do a lot of research about that. Now, that is the main reason. Because of short-term benefits, you will get into that college, and in the last you will get the problem. In the current basis, when I'm recording this video, I got a lot of calls and messages. Students are telling that, so we have 5 years of experience, we have 6 years of experience, but can we do ASP and CSP? Now they are getting the problems. They don't have the degree, so how they can approach for CSP and ASP examination, which are like, you can call them the gold standards qualification in the field of health and safety. So that is the reason. Okay, that is the reason. Don't look for the short-term benefits. Yeah, I know that job is very very important. It's important for me also. It's important for you, because initially we need to do the job, but see for the long-term benefits, how this qualification will give me the benefit in the long term. That will be more useful. Okay, as well as one thing I want to add with regards to me also, when you are doing job is generally range from 8 to 12 hours, that you already know that. Okay, apart from, like, just consider it's a 12 hours job, you need to work 12 hours in your job. After next 12 hours, what you are going to do? Just generally people told that if you are sleeping 8 hours, that will be good for your health, but it is not like that. Okay, you need to, apart from your job, you need to work on different type of things. If you just want to progress yourself, okay, you need to work on a lot of things. Job is one of the part of your life. You need to work on different things, like you can work on the projects and all. You can do a lot of activities that will just enhance your chances of employability in the upcoming future. Okay, all right, guys, I hope it's clear to you. You need to work on long-term goals, okay, apart from short-term goals. If anybody is recommending you diploma and all, I'm not saying that you don't need to do that. It's totally depend upon your depend upon your particular condition, because everybody have different condition. I'm in different condition, you may be in different condition, another one will be in different condition, but consider each factor before taking the admission. All right, next we will go to the skills. That is also associated with some sort of, you can call it diploma qualifications. Generally, that is the main reasons why our students are not getting the job, because lack of skills. Generally, what you think, if you hold any sort of small qualification and any qualification in which skills are not available. Generally, as you know that nowadays a competitive world is going on. Students from engineering, they are coming to HSC, they are performing very well. Okay, as well as they are also equipped with technical skills also. That is the main reason. No? Now, in this condition, if you don't hold any sort of specific skills, like you can call usage of fire and safety softwares, advanced softwares, like simulation softwares and all, so at the time how you can compete with them, that is the main reason. Generally people don't have skill, and that is the main reason why they are not getting the job, because skills are not taught by their institutes. They have the computer labs, they are claiming that we have computer labs, we have gyms, we have this, we have that, but where is the skills? We don't care about your infrastructure. You have infrastructure, thumbs up to you, you are doing very well. But what about the skills? After a student is coming from your institute, outside your institute, where is the skills? If skills is not there, he don't know how to use simulation softwares. He don't know if any new software is there, how to use that. Even some students I have seen that. Okay, I don't know whether it is a mistake of institute or it's a personal mistake of the student. They are not aware about what is NIBOSH qualification after their BTech in safety and fire engineering. That is the main reason. I've seen a lot of students like that. So how we can expect ASP and CSP qualification from such students? Okay, so these things need to be noticed, as per my opinion. So skills is a very important set, guys. If you are looking for the good opportunities in the international market, try to work on your skills, because until and unless you don't have the skills, nobody will like to hire you. Okay, in the LinkedIn also, in the resume also, everybody will look at your skills. What about your technical skills? How much technical knowledge you have? What are the technical tools in safety that you know? What are the technical tools in fire engineering that you know? Okay, what about your skills, soft skills? Okay, not about email, internet surfing and all. What about your simulation software and other softwares in eaches that you know? So try to work on that. It is very, very important. All right, last but not the least, that is your absence of a mentor. Whether you are a young ages professional or whether you are working now, okay, you need to have a mentor in your life. Example, mine, I have around 5 mentors. Now I'm not going to reveal their name, but I personally have 5 mentors. So try to take one mentor in your life, one or two, it may be multiple. Okay, so every time they can guide you actually in whichever position you are working, they can guide you at least next what you need to do, because a mentor is very important in your life. If mentor is not there, means mentor can act as like you can see, understand this fire diagram. Okay, this is you and this is your mentor. It can grow you in a tremendous way. So mentor is very, very important. Okay, try to make the mentor who have good knowledge, who have good experience, so he or she can guide you in a very good way. So guys, all right, I hope you understood these 5 reasons. This was done by my research, like whatever the research I have done, and found that these are the 5 main reasons. I hope you like that content. If you like that content, press the like button, share this video and subscribe to this channel, as well as share this video to those individuals, those who are like willing to join HSC, those who are willing to take admission into any HSC college or EHS college. Okay, so this was the full analysis of this topic. I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, take care guys.